Hello, everybody. Welcome to some Fluff Around Friday. Woo. Hello, Ellie. Hello, boss. Welcome to my stream. And thank you so much for turning up. Oh my God, it's a Patzer. Hi, Patzer. I hope you're not busy at work today. I am gonna be doing some various stock grinds because to be honest, I've completely given up on like caring about the battle pass this time. Mainly just because I can't be bothered. It would be nice to go for this, honestly, but I've completely forgotten how to do it, and for some reason I just haven't done any casts recently, so meh. So I'm just gonna do some air stock grind. I'm gonna have fun. Yeah. Hi, Ellie. How is this little cutie called Ellie? It's so nice to see you here. I hope you have a good time. And I hope everybody will have a good time, actually. Because it's very important that people have a good time for me. I'm waiting for my train, but it's delayed by 30 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope that at least it's not going to delay everything else throughout your day. Like, I hope you don't have any connections and so on you have to go through. It's raining. Ugh. It makes it even worse. Ellie's super cute. Ellie's like mega cute. Boss, want to do a funny thing? Tennis boat? Sure, John. Also, hi, John. Nice to see you. Thank you, boss. Worth it. I'm 20k away from making Mira admit she's cute. Gonna take a while. Well, it's impossible to make Mira cute because Mira is not cute. Realism. Deal with it. Reality is that Mira's not cute. Do the bug hauling missions in Star Citizen, pay 50k and bear like 2k SCU deliveries. What? Really? Well, don't abuse it too much. Because CIG prefers that people like don't abuse bugs as soon as it's discovered. Hi Mira, how have you been? I have been pretty good. I have just been messing around, existing, playing video games, and yeah. Also been annoying my best friend now that he's building a new computer. And I hope that their new computer project will not be too painful and too problematic. In the meantime, I'm going to continue to a game and have a little bit of fun. I'm not gonna get that Junkers 288, but I am hoping I can go for that thing. I might be able to catch up to them. It's not a guarantee, but I hope it is. Oh, it's a Lancaster. I feel kind of bad about that one. But I am the one who's like the most... Yeah, I am the one who's like in the most favorable position to go for Lancaster. So I think I will. Sorry, buddy. Aren't really able to bomb anything anyways, so... We can approach from like a slight angle. It's slightly harder for him to shoot me. Okay. I didn't kill him. A shame. I mean, I've damaged him quite a bit, but I haven't killed him. Oh, did I rip off the wing? New outfit is cool. Thank you so much. I'm really happy about it. I really like this more casual style. You know, just being snuggly in a hoodie now that it's like, you know, fall and so on. Cute? There's something cute about me. I've been playing a lot of 7.3 with the T-42 recently. I've been getting down tier after down tier after down tier. That wouldn't really surprise me. Like 7.3 is like, or at least 6.7 is a very, very big VR bracket. So it would be kind of common to see a lot of people there. I can get in on this guy. Need to be careful about my surroundings though. I don't like about Spitfires over there, but I am hopeful that I can get in on this guy. Does seem that I am catching up to him though. And since I'm catching up to him, I'll be able to get within range and like shoot at him in a bit. Now, how long will I wait? Because I can usually hit like shots at like 800 meters. Yeah, he'll start turning. I'm just careful. Going to pull the combat flaps now. Power, power. I need to get into like a turn fight with him, not a vertical. Apparently this thing turns really, really well. Like, genuinely really well. Come on. Nope. Wow, this thing is genuinely turning really well. Didn't even know. And too damaged. Couldn't pull out. Oh well. I'm kind of surprised that thing can turn out well. But, would also have helped if I had, like, you know, had like a slightly better pilot with any kind of G tolerance. But, whatever. I am trying to like make it so that I have 2 pilots that are trained, because that's significantly better than having just a singular pilot trained. Not because I want to really particularly use 2 pilot slots, but it's rather because if I ever get into playing Japan ground, I want to be able to have both a plane and a helicopter, and that would work out a lot better for me if I have like 2 slots that are trained. Question, I'm new to War Thunder. If I'm playing ground battles, the research points I get from that, could I use them to research planes? Okay, that's an excellent question because it's a little bit confusing to people. When you're playing ground battles, very specifically when you're playing realistic ground battles, not really arcade, you can choose to spawn in to, say here, I'm playing like 5.0. I can choose to spawn into a plane. The research I get from flying the plane in the ground battle does count as research for planes. But the research I get while driving with tanks counts as research for tanks. So you're going to have to, if you want to grind both ground and aircraft at the same time, you're going to have to spawn into aircraft and do something good as the aircraft. I can't tell you if that's the same for playing in arcade, because I haven't played ground arcade in so long, and it's never really been a thing that I have noticed when it comes to that. I play mostly realistic, and I play a little bit of simulator. And in sim, once again, if you spawn into an aircraft, then you get research in the aircraft. It's essentially just localized to like what vehicle type you're playing. It would also go the same if you're playing naval. When you're spawning into an aircraft in naval, you earn research for the aircraft and not for the boats. And it's a very important distinction to make. But Gator, thank you so much for asking though. Like that's a really, really good question, and it shows where you're willing to improve at the game. So you're on track to become a better player. You should be proud of that. Welcome to War Thunder. I hope that you don't feel too discouraged by the grind. Oh, okay, thank you so much for sorry, thank you so much. You definitely gained a new follow. Thank you. But like the thing thank you so much for following me. I really appreciate it. But like the thing is that when it comes to like this new perspective, it is genuinely just that you play some ground, and then you drive around in the vehicles, and then you get killed, and you happen to have enough spawn points to spawn an aircraft. All the action you do in that aircraft at that moment counts as like research for aircraft. I would personally recommend that you look into learning to fly regardless, because like flying is a very important part of CAS. And doing more than just, flying straight into the ground and killing yourself is often very important. You can sway a lot of battles by staying alive for a little bit longer, either by distracting AA or shooting down enemy aircraft that's going in for dropping bombs, or just fly back to your airfield, grab more bombs, and go out again. Now, I was trying to spade my J2M3. And to be honest, I'm not really missing that much, so I should probably just have one more good game. Good. My main goal is to grind up to the F-14. I've been flying a little bit. I'm not good by any means, but I can survive for like 3 minutes. That's something you should be really proud of, especially if you're playing realistic battle, because it takes a lot more effort to like staying alive in realistic versus in arcade. Arcade is really random and really awkward, and I would in many ways argue that like switching from arcade to realistic is like getting out of a tutorial area versus and like joining the rest of the game. Realistic is by far the most played game mode, and it kind of shows. Also, if you're playing like what's called arcade air at like jets and so on, it just becomes really, really silly and stupid, and the game doesn't really feel good at that point. So every time I hear anything about arcade, all I can think about is Rainbow Voldemort. Ah, yes, that guy. I see that you also watch I have a speech impediment, Alola. That is such a difficult. He chose that name intentionally just to fuck with people. Vowel Guy. Vowel Guy is such a great nickname. I approve, Vowel Guy. But yeah, the whole getting into flying, it takes a little bit of time to like get into like how to fly correctly. I'm not even that good at flying. I would definitely argue that I could play a lot better by choosing to like think about my engagements a little bit more, but I just have fun flying, and therefore I don't really care. So I'm just having a good time, and the whole like elitism that like, oh, you're playing as a turn fighter, therefore you should only turn, or you know, you're a boom and zoomer, you should never turn. I don't really believe in those things because I just kind of understand that it's important to use your vehicles to their best of their ability, but you cannot control the game 100% like that, and you can't just force everybody to fight you the way you want only. So. Should I go for TU2s? Not really, honestly. It wouldn't really be worth it. But I don't really like what I'm about to fly into either. I feel like this, I might be able to find like a slightly better angle to fly at. A26s would be a good idea to go for, but honestly, I'm not feeling like I can get to the bombers in time, so I'm not going to cycle. Like, I'm not going to turn around and try to go for them. I can side climb a little bit. I hope that I can like get a favorable position on like an F-82 or something like that, because this plane is really good at climbing. Just go that angle. F-82 Twin Mustang, yeah, but you know, they're high altitude interceptors and they get very favorable spawns, so if I can get up behind them and like murder them, that would be good for my team. Or when assembled half backwards F-82 spin Mustang. Oh no, do not remind me of that meme. I think I should have the severe altitude advantage at this point. I want to go for this Corsair, but it does seem like he's going down. And therefore I can go for the Divus over here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I can. You can very so slightly see like a black dot. That's the F-82 that I'm hunting. There he is. Actually not intercepted for a long range escort. Yeah, but like the thing is that they also work well as an interceptor because they can, you know, fly well at like high altitude. And that's also kind of what Gaijin forced them to be. I should be careful about this Yak 3. Very impractical. Be very careful now because the Yak 3 kind of forced me to fly in a straight line. Now the F-82 is behind me. Woo! But luckily enough, I am faster. Although the 50 cal spam is kind of sad because he can keep shooting at me for a long time. Ow. Okay. And yeah, 50 cals are funny. Can I extinguish this? Nope. And I don't have self-sealing fuel tanks, so I'm dead. Woo! There we go. Now he won't really enjoy me. Oh, no mind, he actually hit me. Well done. But yeah, I got a little bit of like a second, I got third party basically, and that kind of ruined my setup. So I couldn't really go into the F-82. Oh well. F-82 was eventually going to catch me anyways. The thing is speedy. He wasn't really going to be able to catch me because the, like the J2 M3 is really good at that. But the thing is that he caught me at like very much the extreme range of the 50 cals, and then he set me on fire immediately. And sadly enough, this fuel tank, while it is self-sealing, it's not. Well, I was already so damaged that at that point, my airframe had like the debuff of being damaged, and therefore I would have just been caught up because, you know, once you're in quotation marks damaged, your airframe is just slower for arbitrary reasons, even though the majority of the time, minor damage like a couple of bullet holes will not make an airframe be unable to fly. I know that sounds really weird, but like real life versus how War Thunder calculates damage is kind of weird, and it's difficult to really explain. I just got into a really unfortunate position because the Yak 3 apparently could like have a speed to come up after me. So yeah. And that's kind of why I oftentimes try not to go up to high altitude, because I think it's really boring, and often you just put yourself into a situation where you either have to like really push your luck, or you just get outperformed by somebody else because up BR or down BR. And that's kind of why I often fly at low altitude. The only reason why I just kept going up, because I just kind of did very brainless things. F-82 can't unclimb you, but if you'd stayed a flat, he'd absolutely catch me. It's not a guarantee, genuinely. But once again, it doesn't really matter because it was last game, and me being caught up on it is one of those things that like would eventually make me tilted. And there's a lot of players who really get caught up on what happened in their last game. I'm in a new game. I should play like this new game. I should play it differently and just have some fun. So yeah, the F-82 caught up to me. Oh well, that's it. There's nothing more about it. So we're once again on Hokkaido, which is honestly an awful map, but oh well, what can I do about it? Fire cat. Want to dive on? Look, another F-82. Oh my god, it's Celestine. Hello there. I should do this just because it's funny. Oh, my game crashed because I did that. My game crashed! Thanks, Gaijin! I can't believe they still haven't fixed that. If you Alt-Tab, occasionally the game will just freeze. And there's no way of unfreezing it again. So, I guess karmatic justice immediately. Rip. And like, there's no solution to this. It's just... it's just don't Alt-Tab and just tab back in, apparently, because that'll kill your game. Guardian, please feed the hamster more. No, this is not even like a hamster related issue. It's not server related. It's quite literally just that the game in many ways just struggles to like Alt-Tab. And it's also kind of like a Windows problem, because like Windows will like delegate certain resources to programs differently. And I have completely stopped running games at full screen, because every single time I would Alt-Tab from full screen, it would literally kill the game because of how it would like dedicate no resources to a game that's full screen, because it would minimize the game. And then when you Alt-Tab back into it, like it would just have a memory error because it needs calculations while you're Alt-Tabbed. And that's just not happening, and it would make the game crash. I would like to return to my current battle. I'm so ready to be told that I've crashed. It'd be great. Also, this loading right now usually takes so long that you get killed. Oop. Oh, I'm alive. Oh, wonderful. Let's go for the Spitfire. Instead of, like, wasting our time. Oh, he's dead. Never mind. I'm gonna go down for this Yak 9. I need something to kill. And he's apparently my target. Let's go for the AIs. I don't want to, actually. It'll give me a more favorable position on the Yak 9 anyways. Oh, it's one. Okay. Thanks, game. Thanks, game. You've never had the issue of how Windows handles full screen games? Oh, you... Well, to be honest, a lot of people don't get that issue because a lot of people just have a singular screen and they don't have a need for alt-tabbing all the time. I have alt-tabbed so many times. That's why I don't go for AI planes. This happens like a once in a blue moon. It's not that common. Oh well, doesn't really matter. This game is over. My team is lost. This is not a common occurrence, and to be honest, if we go by that logic, then, you know, you should never do anything. You should just sit on the airfield and don't do anything. What if your plane gets damaged? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm taking that out of context, but, like, genuinely, AI, once in a while, may hit you. That's it. It's the only thing that happens. I'm surprised I got hit. Like, that was really random, and that was really unlucky, but, eh. Can't really blame game for just happening. I have a lot of fuel, so I'm gonna have to be careful about my landing. And I'm gonna hit the ground. Ow. Oh well. Time to repair. Time to spend the next 40 seconds doing nothing. Oh, it's going a little bit better. Most of our team is gone. Now we just gotta wait. Just gotta keep waiting. We gotta wait for a long time. There we go. And an entire minute of waiting is honestly a really, really long time. And there went my last teammate. So I am 1v, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 1v5. I'm gonna get a Call of Adams medal. Only very specific people will understand this reference. Well, at some point I will be there. At some point being never. I wonder if I need to climb as much. I don't think I do. I just want 1 or 2 kills, because then this thing will be faded, and then I'll be happy. Regardless of, like, how many, like, enemies I need to kill. He spent a lot of energy. What's going on? Come on. You should go for head-ons with F-82s. Right now, I need to get in on this guy. Did that badly. Really wish I could deploy combo flaps, but I'm too fast. And there we go, I'm finally on him. Okay. That was one, I guess. Hit my aim, but like still. That's kind of a shame. Well, now what? Where's the enemy team? I can't see anybody there. Like, 4 guys left. Scared to know that all of them are flying together. Oh God, joy, a Yak 3. Plane that totally flies well. Doesn't have like some ridiculous capabilities compared to like what it does in real life. Okay. I've come with us for a little bit. Because I'm slow. But I'm dead now. Because the H5 is behind me. Ah! Chit 50, thank you so much for your follow! I am not in a good spot. Please excuse me. Can you please... Aw. I was like, could you please shoot each other? I have one chance to like get any of them, and I missed it, and then it became a 3v1, which is nearly impossible, so... I did it anyways! Woo! I have far too many aircraft that I've like researched. Should I go with Key 67? As you may be able to tell, I'm not really flying that much of Japan. I'm just kind of avoiding it. What do Mira like company? Well, if you can snipe me, then go ahead. I'm just gonna play games. I need to say this again, apparently. I am not as social as people think I am, and to be honest, when I'm streaming, I kinda, the majority of the time, unless I really know and trust a person, I don't really feel comfortable in a voice chat. Like, common misconception, but a lot of streamers, like, while a lot of streamers can handle having other people in a voice chat with them, I just, you know, I would prefer to be alone the majority of the time. And if I want to be with people, I would ask. So, yeah. Did I not get it? Oh, I did. Good. There we go. One spaded J2 M5. Or sorry, M3. Time to spade the M5. Which is basically the same aircraft. Almost no difference. No, I should hold off. I've been wanting to spade the Key 63, sorry, 83 for a while though. So, select the crew. Select there. Oh. And just select it there. I really like this thing. Although its guns are questionable, I still like it. I should probably go for... Yeah, I should definitely go for different shells immediately. So, let's go. Yeah, I don't VC with randos and rather know them first. Yeah, but not only would I rather like to know them first, it's also, gonna put it? I feel like if I have other people in a voice chat with me, then the stream stops becoming about me like conversing with chat, and it becomes more just, hey, Mira is sitting in a voice chat. Let's hope that like the people and the conversation is interesting. Mira secretly hates everyone. No, more like I just really have a lot of insecurities, and like to me it just feels like, hey, if I'm in a voice chat with like 2 other people, then I better hope that the conversation and those 2 other people are entertaining enough that me like completely neglecting chat becomes interesting. And I don't feel good about that. I'm always worried about like whenever I'm like with other people, like, because then it's just a play session between me and a couple of friends. It's not you know, me streaming and like interacting with chat anymore, and I have at least personally, I want to have a major focus on me interacting with chat. So if I'm with other people, am I then interacting with chat? Do I need to pause my conversation half the time just to react to my chat? And it's something I really struggle with. And that's just bulletproof. I mean, that's one way of protecting the pilot, I guess. This is a very interesting cockpit. Why is none of this labeled? None of that is labeled whatsoever. This is definitely very basic. At least that's labeled. Why is none of that labeled? Why is none of this labeled? What the hell? Oh well, that's fine. At least it's a down BR. Not a bunch of jets that I'm flying against. Apparently I am burning my engines. Oh, I am finding jets. Joy. Ooh, I see that contrail. I hope there is some kind of bomber that I can like intercept. No, it seems kind of pointless to have this thing of this VR. Lincoln. Oh, I feel bad for this Lincoln. Down a little bit, just so that I can't get shot at from the upper gun. There we go. Alright, buddy. Oh! I'm bigger than I thought I was. Let's see if I can, like, recover this thing. Come on. That's what she said. I don't know. Come on. Come on. I just need, like, enough recovery. If I can earn enough speed, I can start applying props. If I can just use enough speed. There we go. I can land this. I wasn't betrayed by my instructor. Thank you, game. Well, let's land at the forward airfield because I'm too lazy to land at the rear one. Wait, there's a hole in the side of my aircraft? Why is there a hole in the side? Why is there a person in the back of my aircraft? Why is he not there? Game! Do I have a navigator in the back of the airframe? Okay, let's get down. Let's get down. This is like the most, good. Ah, no, I went too slow and then I ruined everything. Oh well. Ah, I'm gonna get crew locks on this, by the way. Here we go. Let's see, I got crew locked, right? Yep. Oh well. Let's fly something else. Let's stock grind one of my jets, I guess. Missiles? Have you seen the R-23s? Is that the right missiles? I don't remember what missiles are actually like good on this thing. I just know what I'm flying at. Oh my god, never gave Danny the headset and then he called me a cutie. Oh, that's so adorable. I approve. The R-23s are my best missile. Got it. Let's fly this piece of shit. On radar. Oh yeah, this radar is awful. I forgot how awful this radar is. Oh, let's see if I can get a kill. I've loved this aircraft in a while. I should really try flying this thing in like sim one day. Don't enjoy it because it's so awful. Who the fuck likes a MiG-23? It's like a square box with an engine and like some really, really funny wings. And that's all there is to it. I don't know why I'm humming so much. Man, I wish I had countermeasures. Imagine only having 12 countermeasure dispersals. That's it. That's all I have. Those, and that's it. Hello there, Bloom. How are you doing? I can find one of these people. Nah. Barry Kane, thank you so much for following me. I really appreciate it. I need to get this F5. There we go. Oh, come on. And I'll never hit. I should have used an R60 for a second, but whatever. Because I completely forget how these missiles actually work. Because I just assume them to work like Visceros, and they just definitely do not. So let's catch up with this F-104, because F-104s are really easy to catch up to in MiG-23s. Aren't R60s it? What do you mean by it? I mean IR. Oh yeah, they are IR. And I need to get really close to this F-104 to be able to fire an R60 that'll actually hit him. Miss. Oh no, I won't. The bots are adapting. Oh yeah, they are. I hadn't seen that one coming before. Not even sure Boston knew that there was a bot in the chat, because like I didn't start reading the first message either. I don't blame Bossa. Hey, at least I got straight to the point and tried to scam me from the start instead of like trying to hide it. See if I can get myself a kill system that one. Apparently I yoinked it. I'll keep an eye on that bot. If it comes in my chat, then when I do my things. Yeah. It's just kind of sad because like it would be really easy to for like certain things to be noticed, but like I can't really ban specific words and so on. Well, at least that happened. So now I have the cover. Woo! None of this is really worth getting. An EFS would be nice, but honestly, let's get new belts. And now I can go back to Japan, because this is no longer crew locked. I fucked that up so hard. But like, you know, I think it's kind of sad that like that people even like try to do this. Like I'm at least lucky enough that I don't really fall for like scam bots or like scam calls, but that's because I'm so technologically trained that I understand. But you know, it's work on my French plane. I think the Event 2000. I need to play that one so much more. I have it here. I have barely like gotten anything in it. And yeah, also apparently I have my guns reset. That shouldn't be right. Air targets. Well, like as soon as I get the Magic 2s, life is gonna be better. But I kind of want to fly this thing in sim, honestly. But that's for a future problem. I have really been feeling a pressure to actually go up the French air tree so that I can at least get to the Mirages, because I kind of want to get the Raphael eventually. You're trying to get the Magic 2? Yeah, me too. Eventually it'll happen, but honestly, it doesn't really matter too much about the Magic 2s because you get the supers, and the supers are amazing. The only problem I have with this thing is that I have to fight with the radar so much because there's so many different radar modes and the majority of them are just useless. So Japan, pick the key 83, and let's go. I have a friend who plays 12-7 and I need to magics. I can't use my Japanese F5. And I'm tired out of Israel because Magic 2's is IR, if I'm right. Yeah, they are IR. But like radar missiles are usually better than IR missiles, honestly. I don't know why you keep saying it, Everbloom. But like honestly, radar missiles are a better solution the majority of the time than IR missiles. The question is just if your radar is good enough to handle it. And if your radar is good enough to handle like Fox 1s, then honestly you should work on like using IR missiles, radar missiles first. Because they are just by default better. That's Grace. Well, IR, I hate it. Sorry, I hate autocorrect, but IR is fun for sneaky flanks. IR is fun, but the majority of the time, like, and you'll see that later on in higher BR, IR missiles just don't have a range compared to what radar missiles do. And even though Magic 2s have IR CCM, it's like radar missiles just don't care about countermeasures unless they're like the player is flying directly away from you. IR is so inconsistent. The majority of the time they are. IRCCM, infrared countermeasures. And yes, I know it's countermeasure. It's because it will counter the like countermeasures. IRCCM is basically on the Magic 2, basically it makes the seeker head really like zoomed in, so therefore I cannot see other flares. On like other smarter ones, they're like a lot better. So I want to say need, but I'm a tank fanboy. Don't worry about it. Like the thing about the like IRCCM is it's usually that it's really important for not getting killed by like problematic things. Or sorry, it's really important for making sure that like your missile actually goes in, especially if the ones you're trying to shoot at has flares. And it's kind of annoying that like the US and like most NATO players needs to play with that IRCCM for like so long. Mainly just because the AIM-9L is such an advanced missile that kinda like overpowered compared to like the R60, and therefore you get the IRCCM later for NATO vehicles. I'm a nerd, but we all excel at our own place, and I'm a tank nerd, but basically Magic 2s is good. Pray no chaff is what I hear. What do you mean pray with no chaff? Because like chaff is completely irrelevant for this. I'm about to be killed by a B1. Sorry, a BI. Basically a rocket with wings. Alright, buddy. There's no point in me trying to turn around for him. Okay. I mean, there was nothing I could really do there, other than like If I tried to turn, the BI would have gotten for me, so I might as well have tried to go for the 262, but apparently the 262 just didn't care when I hit him. That was a Poke Destroyer, so therefore he would have, he hit me with like a high explosive shell. Which is a shame, but yeah, that gun is really, really good. I'm running off like 1 hour of sleep, so don't mind if I think of didn't things. I think the issue is rather that you have an autocorrect that keeps messing with your spelling, and therefore I'm having a hard time understanding what you're saying. I call it the language of Bloom. Adorable. Just know I always offer because I know some people at least like, some people like at least some company, and I find you fun to chat and hang out with. Yeah, Lunar, I know, but like as mentioned, I would rather chat directly with chat because that makes other people feel like I'm welcoming, I guess. I just feel like that if I pull people into a voice chat, then it stops becoming about me and chat. It becomes about me and the person I'm chatting with, and that makes other people feel like they're not welcome. And that's kind of my issue. Some people think it's, amazing to sit around with other people all the time, and for like, if you have a stream that's going on for 5 hours, having other people sitting there and chat with you, sure, but I would prefer if I'm chatting with people that I'm playing with them, and that like usually it's scheduled ahead of time. And I'm starting to realize that people have just gotten this wrong idea about me, that I enjoy being in voice chat with people all the time when it comes to like while I'm being on stream, because I decided to like get a feel for it during like last Christmas, and I have realized now that that is not the person I am, and that's kind of why I mostly just stream alone. So yeah. Perfectly fine. Not really, but yeah, I'm just here vibing. Also, apparently they're shooting each other on the enemy team. And like that's kind of the thing where I'm not sure if like people really understand that I just don't have like the same idea that like other people do about streaming. Some people here think that I'm like taking it too seriously and I'm trying to be too professional, looking at you, boss. But like honestly, I just kind of have like, some core identity that I want to try to stick to, and part of that is that I focus on my chat, and I just struggle to do that when I'm in a voice chat with others. I really struggle to do that because like at that point I can focus on two things at once, and the two things I'm focusing on right now is chat and the game. If I'm sitting in like voice chat with somebody, then I focus on the game and the person I'm chatting with, and therefore I feel like I'm neglecting the most important part of my stream, paying attention to chat. Because if I didn't want to pay attention to chat, I wouldn't be streaming. I would be making YouTube videos. And like, I don't feel like I have 2,000 viewers, and therefore my chat is running so fast that it's impossible for me to even look at it. And I would need to like go through steps of slowing down the chat that I can see. Things like, making, having a subscriber only chat that I can see, where I can only see what my subscribers are saying, or making it so that like the only messages that I pay attention to is the ones where people like donate bits, which would be such a scummy thing to do right now. But like, if my chat was scrolling at like 10 messages per second, how the hell would I be able to read it? And like, that's kind of like the thing. What do I do? Until then, well, of course, I'll pay attention to my own chat because it's important to me. And I think the most important thing is just to pay attention to my chat. even notice him. Mira, you're an awesome streamer. Nah, I just play video games. I try to read my chat and I play video games. That does not make me an awesome streamer. Hell, if anything, I don't even provide anything special other than just dad humor. Is he diving? Yes, he is. Thatch. I have an air brake. I do not have an air brake. Okay, I got severe damage. I might as well just peel off so I don't get murdered. There's another high altitude bomber. I can climb for him because I'm in a really good climb. Aircraft destroyed. Woo! You're enjoyable to chill and watch as well as interact with. You always bring a laugh and try to look on the bright side. I don't even try to look at the bright side. I just try to avoid getting tilted, I guess. 6'4"? Wait, really? Ooh, I want to chase him. I think the only, like, in quotation marks, marketable thing I do is just me humming whenever I'm out of, like, things to say instead of sitting around in silence. Because I've basically been teaching myself that sitting in silence is bad. I shouldn't be silent for more than, like, 5 seconds at a time. And, as soon as I'm silent for too long, like, especially if I'm trying to concentrate and I'm being silent, my first reaction is just to say, hey, sorry, I'm concentrating, I'm struggling to find anything to talk about. So that at least I'm explaining, like, what I'm doing. So, for instance, right now, I'm trying to catch up to 264, which I think I might actually be able to. Two-six-fours are actually really fast aircraft, but I think even with my damaged wing, I should be able to, like, catch up to him. You're amazing, Mira, and honestly a pretty good role model on how to treat games and even a bit of streaming. Nah, I just play video games. I wouldn't call myself a good role model. The only thing I would probably say that I'm a okay role model for is just anger management. I don't let myself get annoyed by games that much. I've been tilted like 2 times on stream. That's it. And it's because every single time I've been like, it's important for me not to get tilted. Also, this 264 is giving up, isn't he? Hold on. Let me just hit him. Ow! Damn it. Oh well. I'm kind of surprised he managed to stay stable when I shot his wing off. Usually that thing just goes into an uncontrollable spin immediately. Oh well. I hope the Yak 3 will do something, but hey, I've gotten 2 kills, so I'm happy. And I'm very happy I can at least get to play this thing in its intended role, aka hunting bombers. Or at least its intended gameplay role. I don't really know what this thing is in real life, actually. But I am that close to the new belts. Oh well. So, let's go in again. But like, yeah, but like, it's very important when you play video games to not feel like you need to do things. Like, hey, I pay attention to my stats occasionally. I feel a certain sense of pride in the fact that I have a positive KD. Because then I can tell myself, hey, I'm at least helping out. But when it comes to like paying attention to being better than others, my first reaction is just like, well, you know, I'm perfectly average, and average means that there's some statistical outlier somewhere that's better than me. So why would I care about it? Why would I put all like my pride and like all my stress into the idea that, hey, I need to be the best over other people? And like reality just is that usually there's somebody out there who's better than you, and just don't fret about it. That's like, it's also a ridiculous double standard we put on ourselves, because it's like, oh, I can kill all these people. I get like a 3 kill streak in ground. But like, he's cheating when he kills me. But like, what if he just found you normally and shot you in the side because you weren't looking that way? Just like you killed the last 3 people because they weren't looking your way as well. So they're cheating because they did the exact same thing you did. So are you cheating then? But like it's such a ridiculous double standard we put on ourselves, because we of course believe that we are the best. Like very subconsciously, we obviously believe that we are just better than everybody we're playing against, especially when we're on a kill streak, for instance. So if I've gotten like a 5-player kill streak, then hey, I shouldn't die now because I've killed 5 people. Therefore, I'm better than like 5 people on their team. And then there's one guy who turns up and just gets a flank or a funny angle, and then they kill you, and then it's like, oh, that's so bullshit, that's not fair, even though, you know, statistically at that point you're more likely to die than ever. And it's those things that I realized at a very young age, but it's just it's not worth getting hung up about, because that's just reality of playing. Sometimes you'll have bad games, sometimes you'll have good games. Statistically, you'll have like decent games all the time. And like, while statistically that is reality, sometimes, you know, this reality is also that you'll also have bad games and really, really good games. But you cannot have really, really good games all the time unless you're like an unfair monster, and that's just not how reality works most of the time. I'm surprised I haven't seen any. Oh, even one bomber. Really, there's a couple of bombers at this altitude. Are there really not more bombers in this game? I guess I guessed wrong when I went for a bomber. Oh well, I guess I'm gonna be cyclining now. Oh, never mind. There are actually like high altitude aircraft out there. Oh, there is actually something. I'm just being like stupid, and I wish these aircraft would render in earlier. That's Dornier. That's problematic, because he's gonna catch me. So why this thing can do that, I do not know, because there's absolutely no evidence whatsoever that it could do that. It turns out the Dornier 335 is nothing but hopes and dreams and wishes by the Nazis. Well, it would appear that I'm going to be chased by a Dornier for the rest of this game. Cute and beautiful Mira. That is just incorrect and lies, Lemon. Wrong. Incorrect. Not genuine fact. I need to not overheat my engine. So I'm surprised this Dornier is actually like catching me. Like, I'm genuinely surprised this Dornier can even catch me at this altitude and speed. You may be able to silence me, but you can't silence the truth. The truth is that Mira's not cute though. Why is he still catching me? Genuinely, that's a bit of a surprise. There we go. Slow down. There we go, I'm finally outpacing him. And somewhere out there there's a bomber, and I don't know why, but I'm just on a bomber hunting mood today. You're a cute and wonderful person, Mira. No, I'm not. I just play video games. How's Nubber's computer woes going? Just out of curiosity. PC worky? Woohoo! Have you installed, has he installed Windows 11 on it? Got a booting issue, but that was RAM related? Aw. Windows 10, got it. The thing is that, like, honestly, I wouldn't really mind switching over to Windows 11 Lite. Like, just remove all the spyware and just, you know. Tony finally gave up. It's great. What the fuck am I hunting? I don't really know what I am hunting, but I know I'm hunting something. You have to use a third-party script to make Windows 11 even remotely usable. It's shit OS. Oh yeah, it's awful. Like the amount of things that like Windows 11 has broken is unbelievable. But the sad reality is that if you just want to use like somewhat normal programs, eventually you're gonna have to like switch over to Windows 11 right now, which is such a shame. What the hell is this guy doing? Like, I will catch him. Oh, it's a 117. Oh well, sorry, mate. And now he's going to use his airfield. Will he stay at altitude? I hope he will. Nope, he's going to use his airfield. It's kind of sad, not gonna lie. Like, what could I really do here? Down there, somewhere. There he is. What can I really do other than just have him abuse his airfield like this? Oh, he's gonna go all the way back to the airfield. And I need to be careful about what angle I'm approaching out at. See if I can get a Dornier. Because I'm being killed by the airfield, because a certain scaredy pants over here that killed himself. Yay! I didn't even get a kill spot. Satch. A certain scaredy pants right there decided to kill themselves instead of just, you know, doing some basic fighting. What a shame. I had one of the most pointless games ever because a certain Heinkel 177 decided to be super passive about it. I don't know what this level is. Oh, it's adorable. He's just not confident whatsoever. He got scared. That's about it. Oh well. Let's see if we can actually earn some points, though. Like going for this 262 pad is probably going to be shut down. It is shut down. Sweet. Okay. Impossible to hit that light pillbox properly. Oh, these guns suck for killing light pillboxes. Hey nerd. Hey gooey. See what you here. And other nerds are like. Also, the rest of the chat got it. It's a cutie gooey. Well, Vero is adorable, so yeah, of course she deserves all the compliments ever. Regardless of her wanting to accept it or not. I still have enough oil. I just won't cease yet. I'm gonna ignore the bomber. I had a twitch in my hand, thank you so much. But I'm not gonna ignore the bomber anymore because I ruined my approach. I actually kind of want some points, so burn the rest of my engines. I don't know if it's velocity enough. Almost incredible that this 288 is so focused on shooting me. Be focused on the people who's about to kill him, though. And now 288 is going down. Don't mind. Here, I bought the book I told you about with food stamps. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Also, it sounds adorable. The system is rigged. I mean, the system is always rigged. The system is rigged because how else will they make it? Well, let's see if I can catch this 288 when he turns around. If he turns around. Apparently if he turns around, because he's not planning on it. My engines are burning up, so I won't be able to catch him anymore. Also go land.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
You can shop a DM too with that card. Well, it seems like it's more just a convenience card. Like just it's basically we will pay you money, but we won't pay you money that you can use anywhere. We will pay you money that you can use in very specific locations, so therefore you're forced to be loyal to like certain things. Like company stores, if anything. That's good. It's not good. That is awful. Imagine you getting about 20% of your pay put over on a separate card that you can only use at very specific Norwegian stores. Now we have the belts. I mean, airframe would be nice, but I think radiator would actually help the aircraft more. Then go for airframe. Universal would probably be good. Yeah, Universal is probably like the best shells because Tracers is awful, and while Stealth has more high explosive, at least I can maintain some kind of like yeah, because then I can have Stealth under 30 mils in the future, and then I can keep one kind of Trace around. So yeah. It's a 800 late bonus, not for my salary, and I spent it a lot of money on food before I got the food stamps. Woo! Yeah. Sorry about that. It was not intentional. Stretchies, yeah. It happens. Don't worry about it. What do you mean stinky? There's nothing stinky about stretching. Okay, I'm actually getting really tired of that joke because honestly, it's not even a funny insult. Like genuinely, that joke is getting really, really boring. Pass the stinky test. Well, I don't fucking care. I'm getting really tired of that joke. It's not just boo-hoo. No, like seriously, I don't think it's a good joke. I think it's a really bad social concept. I'll try to make it less often. Thank you. Because like, it's like you talk with anybody and then their first reaction is just, hey, you stink. It's like, okay, also my game has crashed again. It's really starting to get tiring. Yeah, like, it's just like, you start a conversation with somebody and their first reaction is just, hey, you stink. Okay, fuck you too, I guess. Let's start our conversation out by insulting each other. Like, it can be funny if you're in, like, you know, if you're really, really good friends and you have an in-joke on, like, the way you insult each other. Like, you start out a conversation being like, if you are two really good friends, you can just go, hey, dipshit. Sure. But it's not like, hey, you disgust my nose, fuck you. It's like, okay, there's nothing I can fix about that because that's a you problem, not a me problem. And then you can go like, hey, I showered. Well, yeah, but you're still stinky. And it's just like, okay, fuck you. Like, it's a really bad joke, and honestly, it's never vibed well with me. I tolerated it for a little bit, but now I've just had enough of it. See, that's why we start conversation by calling Mira cute, but Mira's not cute though. But like, yeah, I had enough of that joke. I don't find it funny. Well, I'm starting my game out shit. Mira's one of the cutest. Mira's not cute. Is this what you think of me? No, Veto, it's not what I think of you. It's what I think about the joke. I think the joke is awful. And I am blowing it ever so slightly out of proportion to further home that I've had enough of it. Because I don't think it's a good joke. Like, socially, it's quite literally just, hey, turn up, and then just immediately calling somebody stinky. It's not exactly funny. It's extremely childish. And it's just not a good joke. 32 is a very funny tank in a down tier. Being able to win a 6v1 is quite funny. It just sounds like people are bad at shooting it, you answer. Okay, Miram's. No, Vero, it's fine. I'm honestly just going off on a tirade. Don't worry about it. Let's see if I can get into this match and not be fucked over by the game. Come on. I'm gonna be waiting for so long as I like try to like get close to any of these super props. And my oil is overheating. That's why I got the radiator so it doesn't overheat as much. But it would just appear that this engine inherently struggle with overheating. Okay, let's go in for the Spitfire. It would appear, but I'm gonna have to be in a fighter match. Let's try to see if we can slow down. Okay, I'm gonna go in on the Spitfire. Be a little bit careful about overspeeding, but let's wing. Go. Spitfire's gone. How goes the Chaos? Well, the Chaos goes well. The issue is the guiding continues to mess me over. This is the second time today that the game has crashed for the crime of choosing to alt-tab. Even though I need to alt-tab quite often because I'm streaming. Waiting for you? Yeah, it's... I don't understand why the game just freezes whenever you alt-tab. I think it's got something to do with the fact that while you're holding down alt-tab, like the picture just seizes on one frame, and sometimes that doesn't like unfix itself. So therefore you're often just sitting there like, okay, well, could you unfreeze? And it won't do it, and then you just continue to wait for... Okay, well, he turns away. I'm gonna see if I can nab an assist on a Bearcat. I can't. Okay. Forward. Rhymes, yeah. But like, oh, I finally got the kill on the Spitfire I killed earlier. Could be FPS related if you have NVIDIA control panel. Try limiting your frames because I've had a similar issue before. It's not FPS related like that. It's a setting that, okay, let me demonstrate it. When I start alt-tapping, notice how the game is currently like frozen. It's something that Gaijin has chosen to implement. And every now and again, that doesn't register as that you're done alt-tabbing, so therefore it will just be stupid and just stay frozen. I'm getting F80. I can't really do anything about that, so now I'm burning. See if I can get a kill. Oh, I turned to the wrong guy. Oh well, I'm dead. GG. That was an awful game because of that. Are you running just full screen? No, I would never run a game in full screen anymore. Full screen is a pointless feature for people who believe that they'll get slightly more FPS. Yes, you do get slightly more FPS by choosing to full screen your game, but you also run the risk of crashing your game basically every single time you alt-tab. Borderless is like basically the modern day standard for how to run a game. And if you're not running your games in Borderless, then, you know, sure, you can run it in full windowed and then like stretch it using other programs. But full screen is genuinely only a good thing to have if you only have one monitor. I have 3. I definitely need a 2-monitor setup. I have a third one simply because I think it's fun for sim. And like other stuff. But like full screen is a pointless feature, and people who swear by full screen to being the only right way to run a program doesn't understand the pleasures of having more than one screen. Well, regardless, let's go to battle again. 3 screens, but you barely use your 2 eyes. Hey, okay, so let's quickly go over this. I have, on my left side, I have my OBS. On my right side, I have my mod view for Twitch, so that I can at least, like, I can monitor my, like, stuff properly. I probably use full screen on my potato laptop. Yeah, that would make sense, because once again, like, a potato laptop would struggle, but my computer wouldn't struggle with that. But, like, I have mod view open on one monitor. I have OBS open on the other, so that I can, like, monitor the different things I need to monitor. And then I have the game running in the center. When I'm playing normally, like outside of streaming, I have my, like, either my Discord on my left side and maybe like some YouTube content on the right. But also sometimes I play I play games that like has a 3 monitor setup. Things like DCS or like various other things if I'm feeling like very, very frisky with it. I'll go play the nasty game. What do you mean the nasty game? What game is that? There are so many games that can be nasty. Let's just play the pronoun game and just hope that you understand the in-joke that I don't. But like, yeah, I use 3 screens for like, honestly, in my opinion, obvious reasons. But like, even then, it's once again, it's just a Gaijin problem. Gaijin has chosen to have a system that when you choose to press Alt-Tab so that you can like switch between programs, the game just kind of pauses for some fucking reason, and that's because of the freeze, because it doesn't unpause sometimes. It'll run in the background, you can hear it running, but I'm gonna have to close the game and start it back up again. I'll tell you later if I make it work. Okay. But like, yeah, it's just silly, and it's literally just Gaijin having bad programming.
Attack the enemy.
Oh, he's dead. Do they have any bombers? Probably not, honestly. Oh, they do have a B-24. I'm gonna go for the B-24. Though I don't like the idea of, like, going straight at a B-24. No, not the... Well, too bad, Patzer. Get over your American fanboyism. He's on the enemy team. I should kill him. This is kind of how it is. I saw a German Shepherd but chose to lay in a puddle. That seems like the best decision ever. A German Shepherd choosing to just be a dog? Wow, who could have thought? This is gonna be awful. On. There we go. Bye, B-24. Ow, ow, ow. And this is why I have my mod view open. I can do this. Because, you know, obviously, it's very important to be able to ban that. I need to add that as a banned phrase, honestly. Man, I love asterisk. It's my favorite thing in the world. Yeah, it's because I banned like links from non-moderators. Because links shouldn't be posted in the chat freely. Fight me. But like, yeah, that kind of one of those things. So like, this is why I have mod view open so that I can ban people. Here, you left another liver is great. Great as in warmer, because warmer does not sound better. Warm weather is awful.
Cover me.
Oh, there's just nobody up here. Okay, let's go down. One of the best fan phrases I've seen are best viewers and cheap viewers usually gets rid of bots. Yeah, but people have been using, how can I put it? Notice, I'm gonna post it in chat. Notice how there's like a, like the, Unicode, thing underneath the E. That's how they've been getting around it, apparently. Behind me, Spitfire. You know what? I'm gonna do this just for fun. Ow! Oh, I got hit. Oh well. I'm even more of like a problematic flying state. Oh, I've lost my elevator control. Boom! Like, yeah, people are gonna be like, the bots are now gonna just use like different characters. And it would be kind of nice if like the way that it's called, the way that like Twitch handles like the banned phrase is that it's like, it's able to recognize that people are just using like a different character. Hello, Mira. How's it going today? And how's everyone else doing? Well, I'm doing fine. I've just been like doing some casual stock grinding. And then we've been having some chats about some various things. Sub 21R in front of you and Spitfire's behind you is not the best situation to be in. Well, Patzer, the Sub 21 was fucked. It was just the Spitfire behind me that was a problem. Like, the Sub 21 was missing a wing. It was not a problem. It was only the Spitfire. So, I don't know. I like a new outfit. It's new, right? Yeah, it's a new outfit. I've been looking forward to using it because I had it made like basically 1.5 months before it started being there. But like, yeah, I wish that like Twitch would be able to like notice that like you're using like your banned phrases can like be if people are trying to like circumvent it by simply just using like other Unicode characters. And that's like just a problem I have with Unicode, and especially chats where they allow you to use almost every single Unicode character ever. But that's like something else. So let's keep going. Mira, what's the coolest cannon caliber? Well, from what I can tell, the coolest cannon caliber would be 15mm cannons because they don't generate as much heat. I'm sorry. I would probably say the, in quotation marks, awesome, like the most awesome cannon caliber would probably be, I would say 20mm autocannons. Although I would also argue that I have a very special soft spot in my heart for 40mm and 50mm. Now, 40 and 50mm are completely pointless on aircraft, but 40 and 50mm are awesome on tanks. That's kind of like the way you should look at it. Also, yes, I am really looking forward to the Bushmaster 50mm on a CV90. It would be so ridiculous. Wrong, it's 90mm. 90mm is not a good cannon caliber. Because the 90mm are, the 90mm cannon often struggles with like certain things. Also, there's yet to actually really be developed any good 90mm cannon that was really like useful in both size and capability. Now, people are of course going to be pointing at the long 90mm that the US used during the Second World War. Although I would probably argue that there were better cannons. The US just kind of overcompensated with that, and that 90mm then proceeded to be used kind of pointlessly for a long time with things like the Pershings. But I would still argue that when the US switched over to the L7A1, or you know, the 105mm from Britain, US tanks started like becoming significantly more lethal and effective. Same with like, you know, everything else that started using it, like the Leopard 1. But that's more kind of proving my point than anything. Long 90 had 380mm of pen HVAP rounds. Yeah, HVAP, exactly. It's HVAP. HVAP isn't exactly the most effective round in the world. And it's not really that much about its armor-piercing rounds. It's often about its capability with many other things, like high explosive. And specifically the 90mm high explosive rounds were decent, but I still think there's like other there were other calibers out there that did better. So you're just married to like US things, like usual, Patzer, and US is not the best thing ever. I would still argue that the 105 has definitely been one of the best, like very specifically tank cannons But I would also argue that there were definitely better cannons out there. I would probably like point to the 5-inch Mark 30, sorry, 5-inch 38 or the 5-inch 50, which were naval guns. Yes, they are American naval guns, but they were probably some of the best cannon out there for like exactly their purpose. I could also argue that like the Bofors 40, which is an autocannon, were probably one of the best ones out there because they offered such a great anti-aircraft protection. Careful here. Yeah, whatever. I was busy just talking about cannons and looking at chat. HVAP may not have been great in the 50s and 60s, but in the 40s, HVAP was absolutely the best time around for AT to use. Not really, honestly. Like, the thing about HVAP, let's see if we can just pick a random good 90 mil. We have the 1.7 Pershings. I'm not going to point to the Super Pershing because the Super Pershing's gun was ridiculous and impractical. Like, if we're just going to look at a random Pershing. The thing about this gun was that it was a very, very big gun. It was really, really heavy. And it was trying to overcompensate for like a cannon that didn't really function with the vehicles it was put in. And that's also kind of why the Super Pershing was so ridiculous, because if we look at the size of this gun, in an attempt of making it even better, they made it so much longer that they needed to have these gigantic hydraulic springs specifically just to prevent this gun from falling over. Like this right here, which many people have seen as spaced armor, is actually a counterweight to prevent the gun from being like falling over because of how heavy it was. And if we then have a look at shells, the majority of the time when, you know, tankers were shooting at targets, they would be using either AP shells or armor piercing ballistic caps or armor piercing ballistic caps, which were like the most common things to fire. Now, you know, cool, we have like an HVAP round here, which is APCR, but like they weren't really that good at like dealing with a lot of targets. And the majority of the time you would see a perfectly fine effect from firing AP, because the thing is that when you hit the target, there's a lot of things that a lot of players don't really realize in terms of video games compared to real life, that when your tank becomes a bell, HVAP isn't fired less because it's worse, it's fired less because it's more expensive. No, tankers don't care about that. You don't tell a soldier that, oh, here you have this thing that you aren't allowed to fire unless it's the most extreme circumstances because it's expensive. No, the soldier will fire regardless. The soldier will take whatever tool he has. If he's told that he's not allowed to use a tool because it's expensive, he will go out and use that tool first just to piss off whoever told him it's expensive. That's just not how it works. You can go, well, you know, they didn't use HVAP that much because it was so expensive to produce, so therefore we didn't have a lot of it. Well, then, you know, then they should have just found a better solution. HVAP is not good. HVAP was never the best option. HVAP is nice in video games, but it's not really that good for reality. When in combat, money isn't the concern. Surviving and dealing with the enemy is. Exactly. But like, the T-33 shot, which is, you know, just standard AP shell, would be the main idea. You would probably use the M82 shot more, actually. You would just use whatever AP shell you have. You go into the tank when, like, let's just take the T-14. Let's go into a test tribe. What you would have would be something like about 15, a little bit more, about 20 AP shells, about 30 high explosive shells, about, let's say 6. You would actually have like a little bit less of a T-45. You'll probably have 12 of them. You'll have 8 smoke rounds. 32 high explosive shells. This is probably what you would have. Now, you don't use the APCR round because it's the best round. You use the AP round because it's the standard round you have. That's how you were trained. You carry a shitload of high explosive because the majority of the time you're not even shooting at a tank. Mira's not cute, and now look at what you make me do. Because Rels, you're a cutie, and you deserve to be called out for being such a cutie. So go follow Rels, because Rels is adorable and deserves some love. They used the testing and found that HVAP had far better penetration characteristics as well as better post-pen lethality. It just had very little of it because it required a lot of tungsten to produce. The Brits also did testing that that resulted in them finding out with the with the Firefly that they're oh my god, it's not even here. Fuck you. The 17-pounders APCR shell, the discarding saber shell, had a ridiculous pen. It was like the best thing ever. It could sieve through anything, like it was butter. There it is. Like this thing could go through any German tank, but they didn't use it all the time because the majority of the time it didn't need to. They had it, they could have fired it. But the majority of British tankers didn't fire this the majority of the time because the solution wasn't, like, they don't think about pen tables. They don't think about, oh, I will need this. The majority of the time you would fire AP first. If that didn't work, you switch over to your better option. So, like, that's not how it works. And then people go like, oh, but they would see that it's a Tiger, and then they would immediately switch over to HVAP. No, they wouldn't. They would just assume any tank is a Tiger. Like, they wouldn't even do that. The majority of the time, they would just identify tank, fire AP. The Italian Sherman Firefly gets APDS around, but the British one doesn't because of balancing. Maybe. I don't really know because like there is a very real chance that this Firefly is a post-war Firefly, and therefore it gets the discarding saber shell. I think that might be why. Like, this is something that like often doesn't really get brought up, but like this may be a post-war Sherman, whereas the one for here is maybe a mid-war Sherman, and therefore they chose not to include the APDS round. That could be why, but Gaiden doesn't justify this. They don't explain this, so therefore players just have to guess. Fire AP, fire AP, fire AP. They haven't gone up in flames yet. Fire Hypershot. Well, yeah, exactly, but that's basically what you do. You don't go, like, hey, I see a tank. It's a Stuk. Let's just fire the worst penetrating AP round we have. It's like, enemy tank destroyer, load AP, fire. Like, there's a reason why, like, the game Gunner Heat PC, which means Gunner Heat Personnel Carrier, like, you don't select your target. Like, the modern Abrams crews, for instance, they don't go into war with, like, 3 different darts. They may go into war with 2, but, like, the majority of the time, they have, like, 1 dart, and then they have 1 high explosive shell. And that's like a heat dual purpose. Or multi-purpose. Like, this is basically what they use the majority of the time. You see a tank, you fire a dart. You see anything else, you fire heat. That's what you do. You don't go, that's a T-72. I don't need depleted uranium for this. I can switch over to the normal tungsten penetrator. No, you load in whatever the fuck you have, and then you fire, because you kill him before he shoots at you. And, like, so the argument that, oh, they had HFAP and they found out it was better, that's fucking pointless. That does not make the 90mm the better gun. I mean, all their bits with 1 dart round and Hesh. Yeah, exactly. Or like Sweden with once again, basically 1 dart, because they will be using this dart and then they will be using high explosive. Once again, you see an enemy tank, you fire the dart. You see an enemy truck, you fire the high explosive. That's how it works. You don't ask, what is that tank? Well, we only need this, so therefore we fire only that. And like the majority of the time, the way that like the US tankers would approach it, even if they carried a little bit of HFAP, would be, well, we fire the AP round, fire the AP round. They haven't gone up in smoke. We fire the funny round. Do they go up in smoke? Probably. Maybe. If they don't, well, we fire the funny round again. And you keep firing until that tank is a burning wreck, because as long as that thing isn't burning, whoever shoots first wins. The majority of the time, yes. But that was mainly just because at that point, it was like Shermans versus Panzer IVs, where both could like equally pin each other. But like you keep firing. Usually what would happen was that if your tank gets hit first, you flip a coin. Because if your tank is hit, the tankers will either assume it's been penetrated and they bail, or they will realize it's not been penetrated and they may fire back before they get shot again. And then, once again, you flip the coin. Do they assume they've been penetrated? Have they actually been penetrated? And will they bail from the tank? And, like, whereas here in War Thunder, if you just get hit, then your first reaction is not to bail from the tank. It's either fire back or, oh wow, I died. So, you have AP, you have HE, you have, like, 4 H-trap rounds. You use AP unless you already fired several rounds and it did nothing, at which point you load the funny round. Yeah, exactly. So we're kind of like, oh my god, the H-trap round makes the 90mm the god gun, but the majority of the time it didn't even use it, so therefore, that does not make the 90mm the god gun then. It just makes it a gun. But once again, I would like to once again go back to saying the 90mm is probably not the most important cannon when it comes to like cannon calibers, so it's probably this thing. 5-inch 38. The 5-inch 38 was basically one of the most detrimental guns to any enemy of the US during the Second World War and also post-war. Hell, the 5-inch is still used today on multiple destroyers. I know the Wilkinson is like slightly more modern, but like still, this is still a 5-inch. It's just the Mark 18. And like the 5-inch caliber gun is has been an impeccable naval gun, but it has been in use all the way from basically the Second World War up until now. Still T-33 long nose APC-BC shells has ridiculous angle pen, which isn't represented in War Thunder for some reason. Maybe it actually doesn't really, and also once again penetration tables are fucking bullshit. This is for video game. This is for video games. This isn't reality. Because reality is that the majority of the time, the weight of a shell will just go through like an armor plate. Something that doesn't really get shown in War Thunder, if we go to like the IS, for instance, because that's like a perfect example. If we look at the armor, do you see this plate right here? This right here, structural steel. It's 4mm thick. Now, if I were to go into protection analysis, fire off, whatever, we'll fire off a shell. If I hit it like this is not 400mm in reality. In reality, it would like, it would deflect like up, like it would deflect upwards. I didn't hit that correctly. Hold on. Like it would hit here. It would not go through this and then like bounce. It would bounce because this is like really thick, but it would not really like see this as like a reason why it would. It would deflect this and then go up in here at like maybe this angle. It would have lost a little bit of velocity, but it wouldn't have like removed the entire shell's penetration. And it's something that Gaijin doesn't really model, where like structural steel the majority of the time would just bend away. I think the Brits use the Mark 8 4.5-inch gun instead of 5, but it's still not far off. Yeah, but the issue is that the issue with the 4-inch, 4.5-inch gun. Here we go. I think Nepal uses it. No, that's 4.7s. I don't actually remember what uses the 4.5, but like the 4.7 is really close. We have it here, Armada. Yeah, not test sale. Like these guns were really, really good as well, just like the 5-inch, like 38. But the issue is that like these guns just didn't pack the same explosive filler, like very much not the same explosive filler, and the majority of the time they also didn't really have the same velocity as a 5-inch 38, which then just make them like slightly less practical guns. It's on the Ticonderoga class cruisers. Yeah, well, we have HMS Armada here with it. But like, the thing is that the 5-inch 38 just happened to have like better shells, and they just work better, especially as anti-aircraft gun. And that basically made US carrier groups almost immune at the end of the war, and it has gone on to serve excellently since then. I mean, the British use the Mark 8 current day. But like, the thing is that the 5-inch gun has just become basically a staple for me. And many World War II historians will also agree that the 5-inch 38 is probably the best anti-aircraft gun of the Second World War. Simply because of the amount of zeros it shot down, and Bettys and Vals and so on. But like, yeah, the 90mm is not the best gun. Sorry, it's not the best cannon. Also, I would probably say the long 38 pounders, not 38, long 32 pounders is probably the best cannon of all time. So yeah, the 90mm is probably not the best. It's like, it's a good gun, yes, but honestly, I don't think that it was needed compared to the 76 M1. I think the 76 M1 was a perfectly fine gun for the Second World War, and I think US 90mm were very overrated. I know the M61 Vulcan, insane gun and planes on modified APCs, also boats. Yeah, the M61 is like a really, really good rotary cannon. You seem to be forgetting that I said coolest, not best. Well, by that factor, let's quickly have a look at the coolest gun of all time. Where is it? There it is. This thing. The L4A1. Because why not? That's the coolest gun of all time. It's not the US 90mm. Because this thing is ridiculous. Fun fact, this was actually a free shot all loader, which I find even funnier, but whatever. The M61 is amazing because it has a fire rate of, if I remember correctly, 6,000 rounds per minute. Maybe. I don't remember. I don't really care enough either. Okay, let's actually get back to playing, because I've just been sitting around talking for, I don't know, half an hour. But Mira's not cute, Rels. You gotta understand. Reality is that Mira's not cute. Yes, you are. No, sorry. Reality is that Mira not cute. Bob Semple is simply just better. Oh my god, the Bob Semple tank is like the best tank of all, like all of World War II. Like, genuinely best tank ever. Okay, jokes aside, the Bob Semple was awful. It deserves all the hate that it gets. Like, it was literally somebody who made a movable pillbox that couldn't even defend itself. The Bob Semple was so well armored, not a single one was sticking out in the entire war. Well, it was so poorly armored that even somebody with a screwdriver could destroy it. I'm pretty sure with like With enough force and a screwdriver, I would be able to punch a hole in a pop simple. Nah. Victor, thank you so much for following me. I really appreciate it. It always scares me whenever people like follow me. I don't know why, but it always does. To be fair, Call Me Chef managed to take out a Panzer 38 with an axe. Probably. I haven't heard of this, and it's really unverified. Because the Russians lied about everything. The Russians literally lied about so much that they don't even know what's true anymore. Russians do not know if they're like lying or not when it comes to like anything we're talking about with World War II. The only thing they know is that they murdered a bunch of people. Calibers marked by coolness is 90, 120, and then 105. Yeah, Patser, you're just failing to understand. You're so obsessed with like your own like love and biases that you cannot realize what is like, you know, what's going on. You're failing to see the forest for the trees. Sorry, my voice is unhappy now. My voice is really, really unhappy. What are we doing here? I am stock grinding some Japanese planes. That's all I'm doing. Because I'm finally getting around to stock grinding. Top 3 cannons are the 76, 88, and then 5-inch. We can continue to discuss this. The 88, the 100, the 115, and 125 are ugly and boring and uncool. Patzer, once again, you're kind of very specifically like gravitating specifically towards US, like guns used by the US, and it's kind of obvious that you're failing to like be able to consider anything else than your bias, and I'm gonna call you out on that every single time. And therefore, I'm just gonna say that like all of your opinions about this is completely unrelated. Did you hear the story about the sugar cubes? I don't know, did I? I kind of want to go into my Yak 15. Let's see if I can turn in on this 152. Oh my god, it is the best cutie of all time, the cutie Shimakaze. You are indeed right, and my game crashed. I fucking love this! It's... Gaijin, why? There's no way of fixing this, by the way, other than restarting your game. Crash your game, nice. No, I didn't really crash it. It's a bug where like when you alt tab, the thing, what's it called? When you alt tab, the Gaijin has made it so that the game freezes on like a specific frame so that your computer doesn't crash while you're alt tabbing. But instead, the game sometimes doesn't realize this, that you're done alt tapping, and it just stops being in that freeze frame. I wish I could turn it off, but I just can't. But yeah, thanks, Gaijin. Instead, I'm gonna do this if I can. No, apparently I'm not allowed to. Thanks, Twitch. Well, until the game comes back up again. I don't even want to like go back to that match because I already know that I've been killed. Or at least chances are that I've been killed. On. Apparently, there we go. OBS didn't want to do its thing. Oh look, I'm dead. Who would have thought that I would die? I was killed because my game crashed. Who would have thunk? Whoops. Hi, Fluffy. But yeah, thank you so much, Gaijin. I really appreciate this. Totally my doing. Have fun for Ryukiri. Yes, Shima, have fun because you're so adorable. It's nice of you to be here. Don't mind me. Well, I do mind that you're here because now I have another cutie in my chat to talk with. Mira cute? Mira's not cute. No. Mira would never be cute. Speaking of cuties, though, have you heard about this cutie called Sashi? How come all the cuties are here all of a sudden? Mira and Fluffy are both cute and wonderful. Nah, I'm not cute. Also, it's really messing with me that like Fluffy is also called Fluffy because like I have gone by the nickname Fluffy for like 6 years. And it's very tough for me to like mentally not just go, well, somebody said Fluffy, it's obviously me. So yeah. We're twins? Well, I'm not a sheep, and I'm also not from Scotland. That's why I call her Fluff. Well, yeah, I've also had that, like, in my, like, I have gone by Fluff, Floof, and, like, many other things really, like, related to Fluffy for so many years. This is from another mother. Sure. Aqua sounds like a good name. Is there anything wrong with calling Fluffy Aqua? I'm a little bit confused, Fluffy. Are you okay? Also, Sashi, get shouted out, nerd. She doesn't like being compared to Aqua, but it's accurate. What, Aqua as in Aqua from Konosuba? I don't know, I wouldn't I wouldn't really say that like Fluffy's like that silly. Fluffy's more like a Megumin. Or even better, more like Darkness. I'm not sure. I don't fully agree on this, but sure, we can go for that. So I just realized I'm at like 7,500 kilometers. Nah, brain. I'm getting a little bit tired, mainly from the annoyance of the game crashing multiple times. They do look alike aside from the hair. I mean, the hair color maybe, but like, you know, isn't 1,000 kilometers a megameter? Probably. I don't actually know. It doesn't really matter much to me either. I just know that I'm trying to speak. I am tired, or at least I'm getting a little bit tired. I have a speech impediment, and I like have ADHD, which makes me struggle with stumbling across words in a language that I don't even natively speak. So, see if I can get this 264. Doesn't seem happy about me. He was a little bit focused on trying to see if he can get me. Oh, he survived. Surprising. We can go into this Hornet. Even though I'm damaged, I should be able to get him. Here we go. We even saved to B-17. Oh wow, the 264 actually managed to pull out of that. Okay, well I'm turning around for him. I'm gonna turn around for that 264. I can hear Fluff's anger rising from here. Maybe. Well, Sheepy is being adorable. I could go for that Heinkel 177. Kinda want to. Especially considering the fact that the 264 is gonna be going around at a really awkward angle for a while. So I really want to go for the 264 because the 264 is at least my kill. If I don't feel like I'm like intruding on what the 84 is doing. Not Aqua. You may not be Aqua, but you are indeed a very goofy character. How about that? You are indeed a goofy cutie who's adorable. Goofy goober, yes. Also, I would argue that Aqua is like probably the biggest pervert of all the characters in Konosuba, since she isn't wearing panties whatsoever. There we go. 264 down. Be Mira. Kind of a shame that I didn't murder him on my first pass. Oh, it was a bit far on me. That's impractical. I wonder if I can park him on a friendly. Not really. Okay, let's do this the funny way then. Come on. around, I need to turn around, I need to turn around. I'll have the Seafire. Ah, well, I got him down though. I'm perfectly happy with that because Seafire got him, so. Darkness is pretty pervy, but the main character is the biggest one, to be honest. No, Kasuma is not that big of a perv. Honestly, Kasuma is more like, Kasuma tries to be a perv, but he's nowhere near as pervy as Aqua. Like, genuinely, while he is, you know, he's just a teenager, I would argue that Aqua is by far the biggest pervert because she is so obsessed with, like, so many different things. It's her that brought up that, you know, like during her interview with Kasuma at the start, but it's like, hey, you don't want to go to heaven because you can't do lewd stuff in heaven. Like, that was her line, not Kasuma asking, hey, can I be lewd in heaven? So, like, Aqua is by far the biggest perv. I feel so called out right now because, and it makes me angry and sad, but you're not Aqua. You silly. The things I hear when I join. Hello there, Potato Boy. Don't worry about it. We're having a long, deep, and thoughtful conversation about anime. I should get back into the game. But like, Aqua is by far the biggest perv in Konosuba. But you know, Sheepy, you are a silly person. You're the Gooby Goober. And, yeah. You silly. I'm kind of surprised about like the waiting time per match. It's actually quite a lot. I kind of wish it wasn't. Okay, let's go. There's gonna be maybe a bomber. I don't know. Oh, hello, Kaskai. Nice to see you here. How are you doing, you little cutie? I wonder if it'll be smartest for me to go this way. Probably not, but we'll see. But how did he spawn over there? What? What? How did I have a friendly spawn over there? Well, I'm confused. There he is. I think it'll be best for me to like see if I can intercept whatever like tries to bomb here. I think I'm going to be able to intercept anything out here. I might not find a bomber here, which is kind of a shame. I'm hoping I could, but apparently not. Shame. There might not even... Oh, there's a Hornet. I was about to be, like, there might not even be any high altitude interceptors, but there's a Hornet. I also don't think there's any bombers in this game, which is indeed a shame. Let's see if we can get close to this Hornet. Because he's definitely threatening my friendly Dornier. And if I can save a friend who is going down, which is kind of a shame, he should fly towards me. Like that, but at least he is leaving me at a higher altitude. Nice. I need to be careful about the spare cat below me. If a Hornet's going too far down, I'm gonna go for the spare cat. There we go. So hard to aim these guns because of the velocity of them. Bye, buddy. Yeah, the Hornet just went full, like, tunnel vision. So that was definitely an advantage to me. Now I can have free picks on enemies. The Hornet that's actually being murdered. Okay. Bearcats would be a good idea. But at this point I should just see if I can go down in altitude, because now I'm like one of the tallest people, and that altitude isn't going to help me much. Cheeky kill a system Hornet either. Satch. I want to go for Bearcat. Because I wouldn't say I'm afraid of him, but I would definitely say that he is like a target I can go for. But the F2G over here becomes a little bit easier to shoot. The F2G. Kind of a shame that I didn't murder him. With this P-51, who is apparently going towards me. I have lost my engines. And I don't have a fire extinguisher. See if I can turn around and get like one last kill before I go down. Oh, no mind. That's my wing ripped off. Well, that's still 2 kills, so I'm happy. That's a positive KD, and that makes me very happy, because I enjoy positive KDs. Oh, we did the thing. Now that I have new belts, I kinda want maybe a wings repair? A compressor could be nice, honestly. Same with engine. But I think I'm gonna go for fuselage. just so that I can like get the first ranks done. Switch you over to stealth. A little bit more, now I can be a little bit more aggressive with my guns.
Attention to the designated grid square!
Now, climbing up on this map, which is so small, is going to be a little bit difficult to like intercept a bomber. But I'm kind of hoping that I'll be lucky enough to be able to get one still, because it's still like definitely worth it for me to go for it. What's my favorite vehicle? By far, I would say that my favorite tank is the CV90, and I would say my favorite aircraft is the J-35 Draken. Now, I would probably say, like, I would love to see the Danish Draken, the F-35. Now, I know I say F-35, but that was just the designation it had at the time. It was before, you know, Lockheed Martin started making, you know, modern things. Nah! Crackle, thank you so much for rating me. Welcome to my stream. Fluffy, hi, Vixie. Flustered. I always get surprised whenever anything happens. What did you expect? Of course I would get flustered. Listen, you gave me a shock. I was just casually being like, I'm gonna talk about like how the Danish Draken was called the F-35 because Denmark went by like the NATO idea of designating vehicles. So since it was like the number 35 and it was a fighter, they called it the F-35. And then you raid me, and then I got a little bit scared. But hello, welcome to the stream, and of course also welcome raiders. I hope you'll have a good time. I always fumble my speak when raided, no matter how many people. Oh, I know this is self-promotion. You should totally see that one time where I got raided by Star Citizen. Star Citizen's official channel. I literally had a panic attack for about an hour. It made me cry. I cried on stream. Now that was funny to watch. It was not funny. It was really, really scary. Suddenly just... I suddenly got like taken against my will and put up on a stage in front of like 1,000 people. And then they were like, okay, now entertain us. It was scary. I've had panic attacks because of raids before. Yeah. Can I catch this P-51 before I get killed by the airfield? Depends on how he flies. Wow, okay. And now he's on the airfield, so he's impossible to get. So, rest in peace me. Yeah, for what a rate of over 100 would do to me, max I've had is like 60. Yeah, it was like 1,352 people. That really, really broke my mind. And yeah, it also, oh fuck, hello there. No problem. Big problem. About to be killed. I hope that I can maybe park him on like the LA9. LA9, I need your help. LA9, please. LA9, please, I need your help. Come on, come on. Yay, the LA. Oh, the Lincoln got. Nah, it's just this Bixie. Hi. Thank you. I survived. Yoy. I've done nothing this game because. Yay. Game is over. I have like a really beat up airframe. I think I'm gonna go back and land. But yeah, I've just had like very unfortunate moments. But yeah, this map is awful because the airfields are so close and you can't get anywhere with it. Nah, I've completely lost my train of thought and now I can't talk. Good seeing you all here. Well, I'm here. Yes, indeed. And that is about all my brain can think of right now. Slow down so that I can land. I don't even know how fast is my gear. My gear is surprisingly fast. Mira cute? No, Mira's not cute. You know what's actually like super cute? And what would be really nice of everybody, now that like I have all the raiders here, go give Rel some love because like that would be super cute. Don't worry, I'll do it soon. Mira's adorable. I'm not adorable. I just play video games. Ooh, I had research a new aircraft. Am I missing anything here in like the low ranks now? I think I've researched all of the low ranks. So I should probably consider, you know what, I'm gonna research this bomber. Go, got fuselage. I think wings repair would be a good idea so that I can turn better. Because better turning is always what I kind of go for. I don't really care about the engine power. I just want the ability to turn better. And wings repair often makes it so that you can turn better. Same with cover and airframe. We love Mira. It's not worth loving me though. I'm gonna go lurk now. See you around. Goodbye, Crackle. Thank you so much for raiding me. I wish I could raid you back one day, but you just straight up stream on a different time frame than I do. So therefore, it's like nearly impossible for me to like catch you live and then like raid you. The fun of being Australian, I despise it. Yeah, well, you know, hey, I choose to stream for like really weird hours as well because I could stream later, but I kind of want like the most of my evening to myself. So therefore I've chosen to stream like in the middle of the day. So I get it. The time is so weird because it's stream when Americans are asleep and Europeans are at work and school. Yeah. I feel really bad for like most of the Australian content creators because they are really, really good. The majority of like Australian content creators that I've ever like seen are usually like super entertaining. It's just really unfortunate the time frame and like the stuff that they're at, so yeah.
Attention to the map. Attention to the map.
Doing collabs is really, sorry, it's nearly impossible with certain regions. Yeah, I can understand why. In general, like, collabing is a really good way of like boosting yourself on Twitch. But I'm too shy to like really go out to ask people now, and I feel really weird about it. So if I kind of just also don't really want to do it now. Like I did like a couple of collabs, and I feel like it's just been stolen valor, which is really, really weird. Because I am weird. I know that feeling. Yeah. I just hate that feeling because I just feel like I'm going out and just yoinking my own, like I'm riding off somebody else's popularity. It's also why I feel weird about just even rating people that are like a certain size above me. Oh, I gotta kill system, Satch. Well, it's still kill system. I think it's called leeching, and I don't like that very much. Yeah. I also feel like I'm leeching off people if like going out with somebody who's bigger than me. Like, unless we're really, really good friends, I just kind of would prefer not to. Like, it's the difference between a professional relationship and like, you know, a social relationship, and I only feel like I would feel weird about it if it's a professional relationship, which is the majority of the streamers I know. Crackle is a friend I wanted to introduce you to. Aww. Adorable. I'm gonna keep climbing out. Just so that I have a chance of not getting murdered by these guys. Mira's cute and adorable? No, she isn't, because Mira is not cute. Nor is she adorable. Or else don't push it, or I will do the funny thing again. She very much. No, she isn't. No, bad. Bad. Mira cute. Mira's not cute. You are cute and adorable? Yes, Rels, you indeed are. You're right. But I'm not cute and adorable. LA9 is going to be really impractical because like the LA9 is a jet that'll just be able to kind of outspeed. Oh, sorry, it's not really a jet. It's still a prop, but like its engine is so ridiculous. Power on. Thank you so much, Tiger Cat. This plane is not a fighter. It is very much just an interceptor. I can't chase you down, you know. You're one of mine. Patsu, you're one of my adorable viewers. Also, I can't believe I've just been baited. I wish I had a self-sealing fuel tank right now. Sweet. Honestly, my plane is dying. I should peel off, go back to the airfield and repair. Oh, I have no fuel.
Attacking.
Did all my fuel really burn up there? Apparently it did. Wonderful. Oh god, I'm so dead. I have no glide coefficient. And apparently all my fuel disappeared that moment. But it's kind of funny considering the fact that the outer fuel tank should have a little bit left, but maybe there's like a fuel pipe system that I don't know about. If we can get the gears out. If I am lucky, very lucky, I might be able to like through. Oh, no mind. I'm losing altitude too quickly. And there we go. Okay, at least I survived. Ouch. But oh well. Wait, I'm repairing? No! No way! No. No way! Japano me? Like, what the hell? No way! No! No way! Today I learned that, that you can be repaired from ridiculously far away! Oh my god! I can't believe I did that. I genuinely can't believe it. I was hoping I could, like, maybe get closer to the hill. Oh my god. Ah. Horse movie. That's crazy. Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. I can't believe it. How the fuck do I handle this? I mean, I could go out to that guy. Now it's really annoying that they're sitting above the airfield, because I wouldn't mind going out for them if it wasn't because they're sitting above the airfield. I could go for ground targets. A couple of medium pillboxes left, honestly. Sorry, light pillboxes. Sitting out there, and there's nothing I can really do about it. Worried about the SK-60 as well. Friendly. We have that up there, which is probably from a bomber. I just need to get up to altitude and speed, honestly. See him there. I'm gonna go for him. Me and the 84 are together. We have a G56 up there, which is kind of pointless. Oh, we have a 288 up there, and then we have a TO-152. Just going back to this airfield. Naver, could you please stop using that stinky joke? Because it, like, I have realized that I find it really, really boring and honestly kind of insulting at this point. And I kind of want to, like, soft ban that joke because it's not funny and it never really was. And I've had enough of it. But I'm very happy to know your new computer's up and running. This is a problem with these super small maps. Because at this point, all I'm really doing is just circling around at a high altitude. And now that they're back at their base, what do I do? Other than, like, you know, sit at my base. Zoom down from a LA9. LA9 is gone. Proper gone. Go. TA-152 is going down. Hi, Nova. I'll not directly say it to everyone. Yeah, I know, but like I've just had enough of the stinky thing because it was never funny to begin with, and it kind of never really became funny to me. Let's see if I can catch up with the TA-152. It's not a guarantee, but it's a hope. Oh, he's gone. Our team might actually win this game. Your sugar cube joke has never been funny either. Yeah, but you know, up to stream to like know that it's an in joke. But like, I just don't really like the stinky joke because it's super childish and it's honestly it's kind of insulting because there's no like really like you can't really go back and say like, well, you know, I showered and like there's no really continuation of the conversation for it. It's just like, you stink. Okay, cool. Then what? Like, fuck you too. You know? If it was something harmless, I would be more okay with it. But I honestly don't think it's harmless because so many people just have an obsession with like people's odors. And like, because of modern like culture, but the idea is that you need to like smell of like, in quotation marks, good things at all times, then you know. Oh, GG, they left. How nice. Game over. And compressors or engines? No, I'm gonna go for cover. Screw it. Might as well get the cover. I really like this plane. Like, the matchmaking is kind of awful for it because of what BR is sitting at. I think twin engines mostly work better at like lower BRs, like 3.7. There's like less super props. Well, Nova, since you absolutely ask, I love you, boss. You see, there's these two sugar cubes that are walking down a road, and then it begins to rain, so we jump into a ditch. And then one sugar cube says to the other, "It's a good thing my dad's a baker." Okay, where's the gun? Lemon? No. Well, then don't press it, silly. If you're sorry, then don't do it. Stretchy. I always find it kind of funny whenever they make the airfield sit right in front of a mountain.
Attention to the map.
Because then you're kind of forced to just like have a really awkward takeoff.
Attention to the map.
Mira, if you repeat it now, I'm modding myself. Don't worry about it, I'm not gonna do it.
Attention to the map.
I wonder what this matchmaking is. 602 what? 7? 5767? Maybe? I think so, maybe. Doesn't really matter though. As Joe from Family Guy once said, bring it on. What? I don't even get this joke because I never watched Family Guy. Neither do I intend on it because I don't find like the majority of like modern adult comedy shows, or sorry, adult animated comedy shows to be that interesting. They're so overly American that often they just don't really become that funny. Do I want to be stupid enough to go for Shackleton? I mean, I'm the Interceptor, and I'm... Okay, maybe the TA-152 will get him, but still. Yeah, might go for Shackleton. I'll say I want to. I'm not sure if the TA-152 is going to get him, though. Let's see if I'm fast enough.
Our victory is near.
Just get the wing? Apparently not. Man. Oh well. Wait, what? Hold on, hold on. Notice how my propeller has been shot off? Where's the engine? What? Oh well. Kind of a shame that I didn't get the Shackleton, but oh well. I think I want to fly something else for a little bit. I've been flying props like all day, and I want to fly something a little bit faster. Actually, if that's incorrect, I flew like the MiG-21 a little bit. Engine went by. Yeah, apparently. Nothing there in between, no gearbox or anything. Yeah, I'm gonna fly some jets for a little bit. Continue my quest to like fully unlock every single Japanese plane before I buy into rank 5. Which is definitely not worth it, by the way. All the bombers, they're not worth unlocking. Half of the naval strike aircraft is not worth unlocking either. I'm just kind of doing it for fun. I'm gonna reduce my fuel just a little bit. I don't need that much fuel while I'm flying in realistic. What nation is Vicudi playing? I don't know. What is Shimakase currently playing? I don't know. Is Shimakase even streaming right now? I don't know. Who do I know that would be really funny to like ask? Yeah. What nation is Rels playing? Rels, what are you playing? What are you streaming? Because you're a cutie. Nothing? Oh. Well, go give Rel some love anyways, because Rel deserves all the love ever. Nothing yet? Oh well. Well, Rels is a super cutie, which is why I've shouted them out. Go give them some love and go give them some follows because they deserve more love and like attention. I feel rather called out. That's because I did. Also, sure. I just witnessed murder. Why? I do not know, but we were in the same group, and I think we just fucked around. Oh well. See what this plane can do in realistic again. It's been a while since I last played it. I've mostly been playing this thing in sim. I like that I'm still fighting US versus US, or just in general mixed, because of all the F8s. I'll get this guy. Or if he's gonna be shot down by the other... Oh yeah, he will. Well. Sometimes I kind of wish the MiG-21s would leave something for the rest of us. We're gonna go for that F3H. He seems alone. Oh, he's dead. Get that F-100. Oh, He's dead. Oh, I got shot from the back. Oh well, I got 2 kills. I'm happy. Crusader. Well, yeah, the F8s are everywhere in this VR. So, also, hello there, Tim. It's nice to see you here. How are you doing? You know what? Since I've been like on a super gremlin mood recently, let me do something funny. Let's pick a plane that is kinda gremlin. Another one. Here it is. Because that's a different kind of casual stock grind. Because I still haven't like stock grinded this thing fully. I should probably play the finish one more because I've been wanting to stock grind this thing even more. But whatever. I need to finish the stock grind on both of them. And hold on, before anybody asks, the reason why I'm saying gremlin and so on is because this engine is called the Goblin. I don't know why this is called the Goblin engine, but it just is. And I think it's funny. Let's go. You're doing good? That's great to know. Really great to know. I'm mature. I'm mature. I'm mature. What, mature enough about the fact that the engine is called a Goblin? I love the Goblin engine. It's a decent engine. It's just kind of sad in the VRs where it's put the majority of the time. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go up into the air. Come on. When the cast spam gets so bad that you get 7 plane kills in a ground game, I think my highest record so far is 8 kills using an SPA. Simply just because they kept spawning in helicopters, and I was in the week 40 and back when I had proxy fuses. And it was just so easy to shoot them down because you would just lock onto them for like a second, fire off a couple of rounds, and then just stop locking onto them. And they would never be wiser. It was really funny. It was genuinely really funny. I'm just humming to myself because I'm being weird. Like, being super weird, I guess.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
anti-CAS is fun with the F-15. Oh yeah, understandable then. In general, there's a lot of people spawning in CAS and then having, like, if you're just somewhat paying attention, you can easily, like, dump a Fox-3 in their face and then they just get murdered really, really quickly. Genuinely, it's not. So, I really considered playing at, like, higher BRs and just pulling out a bunch of Fox-3s, but the issue is that I don't really have that option the majority of the time, because a lot of those, like, I don't really play the Griffin. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't play, like, Griffin at high VR Sweden. I prefer helicopters. And also, the second issue is that I just haven't played the Griffin C, and the Griffin A for some reason doesn't get AMRAAMs. Probably just guiding trying to, like, do some balance. Oh, that was a 262. Stuck in. I don't like what I'm seeing because I'm going to be stuck in, like, with the rest of our team. Apparently I didn't hit him, but he hit me. I think it's Panther? No. But I have an engine knock, so therefore I'm going to be really, really struggling to, like, gain any power. Airframe's not doing too well. There we go. Oh, I lost my wing. I got 2 kills, so I'm happy. Funny Fox is alive? Well, wait, are you calling me funny? That seems incorrect. Let me check the script. Mira is supposed to be silly, not funny. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not funny, I'm silly. Why did I make that joke? Why didn't I have some paper that I could like fiddle around with to, like, sound like I'm silly? Sometimes I commit too hard to a joke. Oh well, let's do some more stock grinding. I had enough of playing props. I need to play something a little bit faster. Mira is not extremely cute and adorable. That's just incorrect. Why is everybody so silly about this? Mira no cute. We've been over this many a times. Yes, you are. No. Simply isn't. Mira equal cute? Nah. No, sorry. Not actually. Well, at least the US is not against me this time. I feel so bad for that A32 player. The A32 is a really, really nice aircraft, but I just feel weird about the premium because that should just have been a skin. It should not have been a premium vehicle. Genuinely should not have been a premium. Saab Lansen? Yeah. I really like the Lansen. It was like one of the first computer, like, calculated aerodynamic shapes ever. And it's a really, really nice airframe. It's also really fun to play in sim. But the issue is that it's just... it's just been really poorly treated by Gaijin. But it's also sitting like its BR is perfectly fine. The issue was that they kind of removed its air spawn. So therefore now it like really struggles in air realistic. But in down BR it's really, really good, so it's not really that big of a problem. Now, we have the Hawker Hunters, which I really, really don't like fighting. Only because they have some really strong missiles for the BR that I'm dealing with. I'm unsure if this is even... No, it's not. It's not the right Hunter. But yeah, I should just honestly get stuck in. Because that's kind of where I benefit. Really hate that I can see those MiG-15. Okay. He's coming towards me. I'm kinda just to react to him. Yeah, at least he's coming from a Seahawk, so I can't go up again. Down we go. Where's the MiG-15? He's behind me. He killed the player I... Okay. No, he didn't kill the Seahawk. Okay. Let's go for this F-84. Because at least now that I'm swooping in, I'm going to be fast. And I also want to go for the CL-13, and because the CL-13 is closer, might get to him. But he is faster than me, so it doesn't really matter. It's like the internal, this is the internal struggle of the Empire. You kind of just have to hope that people turn in front of you. What if I try to snipe you? Well, go for it. I can't really prevent you from doing it, and if I don't want to be stream sniped, then I shouldn't be streaming. That's kind of like the way you should look at it. Of course, you could try to stream snipe it. Of course, the only thing I would really request is try to keep it respectful. Don't abuse stream sniping. Don't like try to go for it and be an ass about it. But like other than that, it's fine. There's nothing I can really do about it to prevent it. Nah. I'm an idiot. Okay. I kind of wish I got the kill for that, because he did basically just fly into the ground, like, upon my, my attempt of strafing him. But like, is it really him just crashing? Hawker Hunter? A little bit careful about it. Nah, he's gonna boom away. R2, Y2? Hmm. I have to turn in hard so that I avoid a hunter. But I'm basically dead here. Yep. Because there's nothing you can really do when it comes to this. Oh, it's the Beneluxian Hawker Hunter. Got it. What does he actually get of a BR? The same on Bs? There it is. 8 on Bs, yeah. That was I don't know why, but my brain was like seeing this as the Swiss one, which gets some significantly better missiles. They're basically 8 on Bs, but you know. Let's go back to my ever-continuing problem of just not having spaded the vampires, because they're just so slow, and therefore I struggle to like find the energy to play them. Nah. Potato Boy, thank you so much for like following me. I really appreciate it. Alright. I forgot to pull in my gear because of that. I'm getting tired and I'm getting like more and more confused. Pet Demira? But okay, it's fine. I don't mind pets. Honestly, some people here can attest to that if you pet me, I just sit there and enjoy it. I'm just being tired, I guess. This is like my problem, because I want to chat, and I should be chatting, but I'm just failing at it. I'm gonna go for the alpha. because I should roughly be able to get close to the alpha. Although going for all those F-84s wouldn't be the worst idea ever. Ah, the alpha murdered himself. Don't mind. Goober, yeah. Well, I have been streaming for like 3.5 hours, which is not bad. It's indeed a time frame. And I feel legitimately proud of that. I also feel kind of proud about the fact that I have at least tried to like remain consistent with my streaming hours. I have somebody behind me. Yeah, that's scary. Tagged one of them at least. Kill assist. Happy with that. I have 163 behind me. Do you really want to do that? Do you really want to do that? I've been playing this for 7 hours straight. Yeah, but you know, Mira cute. It's not up to a debate. Well, it's indeed not up for a debate because Mira's not cute. Here, well, like, see, we have another perfect example of a bot right here. There we go. Sorry about that. Denied again, and I'm leaving. Well, Sashi, there's no denying that Mira isn't cute. Because, like, Mira is just not cute. That's reality. An engine. Your job. Any power. Oh. Oh, I'm dead. And there goes my aircraft. Hacked in the engine. Oh well. You're cute. I'm leaving. Have a good day. Bye, Sashi. But I'm not cute. Well. Oh, I got airframe. Let's get cover. Let's keep this up. I think I'm gonna play like one more game. Because I'm just tired. But you know what would be really funny? After this stream, or sorry, after this game that I end the stream and I go out and raid somebody. Because I'm apparently tired and I don't think I have the energy to like keep playing for like another half an hour. Besides, there'll be like 3 games. Good night, Mira. It's not night, I'm just tired. Like, I would call it basically I'm, you know, clocking out from a job. Also, sorry about this. Like, it's basically just me clocking out of my job. Or job and job, but I don't get paid for this. But like, you know, I'm not contractually obliged to like stream for a certain amount of time. I have my own hours and I choose to do it. And I'm not going to bed after this. I'm going to be spending the rest of my evening hanging out with a couple of friends and my girlfriend. It'll be worth it. Hopefully. Let's get into a bit of the scrap. What's that F-84 doing? I have absolutely no idea what he's actually doing. But yeah, I think after this this game, I'm gonna end the stream and like raid out, and I think I know a perfect raiding target. Target, so this rate is an offensive action. Well, wouldn't you call raiding on Twitch to be basically offensively targeting somebody to make them feel shouted out and awesome and cool? Have a target and I know where you are at all times. Any? It's kind of rude. Targeting me. Hello, everybody. Please don't mind me. Wait, there's a B-57 there? That would definitely be a target. Be careful because there's a Hawker Hunter above me. Also, all of those AIM-9Bs being shot out. I want to go for that A4 instead. But I'm already too close to Hornet's Nest, so might as well dive in. Make this game quick. Okay, maybe not that quick. Can I make it back out? Because if I can stay alive, then I'll stay alive. I find it kind of funny that I've only lost one of my fuel tanks, yet the game is treating me as if I have like a major fuel leak. Ow. Okay, now I'm unsure if I can actually like land. No, I can't. Oh well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm sorry, I'm getting too tired. But yeah, today has been a really, really fun day though, and I've had a great time to play. And I hope that all of you have had a good time as well. But even more so, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for chatting with me. See you, cute mirror. Have a nice night. Yeah, I will, but I'm not cute. But I also just want to say shout out to Gator3531, ChitChit50, Victor9012, It's Just Vixie, and Potato Boy53 for choosing to follow me because I really appreciate it. And you help me grow as a streamer, and thus hopefully I might actually do something awesome one day. But even more so, even bigger shout out to The Crackle for choosing to raid me. I really appreciate it. I genuinely really appreciate it. And like I would never achieve anything without like the love and care of others. And therefore I'm gonna go out and give some love and care to somebody else. That somebody else is going to be Rels today, because I finally get the opportunity to raid Rels, and I think it will be really funny. So please jump over, call Rels cute, and then let's all have a great evening. And I'll see you all on Monday. And until then, have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.